Good morning. Oh, it's so beautiful to see all your faces. Hi, Leonie. Hi, Chris, Jill, Penny. Hello, Penny. And Jane. Who else have we got? Naomi. Welcome back to the Zoom mat. Alison and Diane, good morning. So lovely to see all your faces. We might just take a minute before we begin, but just choose whether you would like to stay seated or come to lie down for the commencement of the practice. And I know some of you aren't feeling 100% this morning, and also some of you are feeling quite stiff. So if that's the case, you know what to do. You can modify, you can rest at any time. And please remember that we can always visualize what we can't do on a physical level. And there's research to say that this is just as powerful and beneficial as actually doing it on a physical level. So it's something that I will often do, even lying in bed. I might just visualize myself doing a salute to the sun or something. So it's wonderful to remember that and not to think, oh, I can't do that on a physical level. So, welcome back. Actually, feel really happy to be here. Didn't think that this would be happening again, but here we are. And thank you so much for joining with me. It's really lovely to see so many of you. I might invite you now, whether you're seated or lying down, to just make sure that you're comfortable, that you're warm, that you have all the support you need. You might like to close the eyes or just have a soft downward glance. And on your next inhalation, you might like to say to yourselves, I have arrived. I am home. Breathing in, I have arrived. Breathing out, I am home. If you feel a bit of a build-up of tension, if you've been a bit stressed or anxious lately, you might like to take a few breaths where you inhale through the nose and exhale through pursed lips. So consciously slowing down the out breath. Let the body drop. Let the mind drop. Your breath flowing in and flowing out. Nothing to fix or change or achieve. Dwelling in the place between no longer and not yet. So I'd like to begin by welcoming you into our shared space this morning. We may not be together physically, but we have this wonderful opportunity to connect virtually and energetically. You might like to imagine that we are actually sitting in a circle together, holding hands. And I'd like to begin by inviting you this morning to check in with yourself, to note what you have brought with you to the mat this morning, welcoming all. And just begin by noticing how the body is feeling and the relationship you have with your body. Notice what's going on in your mind. Is the mind relatively quiet this morning, or is it quite busy, switched on, very active? Notice the relationship you have with your mind. Observing, noticing without judgment. And feelings. How are you feeling this morning? And do you feel connected to this layer of yourself, your emotional self? And what is the relationship with your breath like? Are you aware of the breath? And where do you feel the breath in the body? Turning now to the energetic self, what we call in yoga pranamaya kosha, the aspect of ourselves that is comprised of subtle energy, prana, life force. Are you able to connect with or be aware of the energetic layer of yourself? Can we be aware of the relationship between our bodies, our minds, our feelings, our breath, and the life force that animates all? And how do we experience the relationship we have with the space around us, the environment we live and breathe in, things, people, animals outside of us? So this morning's practice is designed around an important passage by Thich Nhat Hanh. We are here to awaken from our illusion of separateness. We are here to awaken from our illusion of separateness. In a similar way, the philosophy and practice of yoga is designed to deepen our capacity for connectedness so that we may experience the different aspects or layers of ourselves as interconnected: body, breath, thoughts, feelings, energy. And also experience ourselves as intimately connected with all that at first seems outside of ourselves: the earth, sky, wind, water, other people, trees, birds. This perspective or understanding centers around the profound truth that nothing exists independently. Everything relies on everything else to exist. So in absolute terms, there is no other. In a moment, we're going to chant Sahana Vavatu 3 times to honor the teacher-student relationship. And then we're going to begin to connect breath and movement. So if you're lying down, I'll invite you to just perhaps do a little bit of rocking, have a little bit of a stretch, and then come up to sit. And I'm going to see if I can share the words to this chant, just so if those of you who aren't that familiar with it can join in. So let's see how we go with this. Uh, okay, can you see those words? Is it coming up, the words? Can someone give me a thumbs up? Yeah. Yeah, good. Thank you. I haven't done that for quite a while. Okay, so if you're not familiar with this chant, I think you all are, but there is a beautiful translation there if you're not, if you don't know it. So 3 rounds of this chant, and we finish with Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. And you're very welcome just to listen if you prefer, if you don't love chanting. So we'll sit with a nice, tall, straight spine. Hands might just be resting in your lap or on your knees or your thighs. Shoulders softening, the skin of the face softening. Let's exhale all breath and then breathing in. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanao Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvi Navaditamastu Ma Vidvishavahai Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanao Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvi Navaditamastu Ma Vidvishavahai Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanao Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvi Navaditamastu Ma Vidvishavahai Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So you might like to just gently bow forward, bow the head forward, bow the body forward. And just acknowledging or feeling your connection with the earth beneath you, Mother Earth, the support Mother Earth offers us all. And then gently coming up to sit. You might be sitting cross-legged, you might even be on a chair or on your couch. Legs might be stretched out in front of you. But as we sit now, again with that nice upright tall spine, be aware now of the connection you have with the sky above, the heavens above. So the earth below and the heavens above, just softening the shoulders. Imagine you're sort of lengthening the crown of the head, the neck up, as though there's a cord, invisible cord connected to the crown of your head, gently lifting you up towards the heavens as the shoulders drop down and you feel the base of the body connecting with Mother Earth. So this is two-way relationship, two-way connection. I'd like to turn the sides of the mouth up slightly. Good. And we'll just work with a few rounds of a beautiful, very relaxing breath. I call it the waterfall breath. Some of you will have done this with me before. If not, just listen and join in. So we take our awareness to the base of the spine. And on the next inhalation, we visualize the breath flowing all the way up the spine, up the back of the neck, back of the head to the crown top. And then like a waterfall, we imagine the breath flowing down over the face and we blow the breath out through the mouth. So it's like water cascading down all around us. So you're actually a beautiful waterfall yourself. So we're breathing in from the base of the spine, all the way up the spine, the neck, back of the head to the crown top. And as we exhale, the breath, the water flows over the face. And we let the breath, the water, tumble out through the mouth. Let's do perhaps 3 more of these, just in your own time. It's a lovely cleansing breath. Can help us let go of anything that we've been holding on to, any worries, negative energy, anything weighing us down. And then when you finish, we're going to move into wheeling the body. So you can do this cross-legged, or you might like to have the legs in a diamond shape, the hands on the knees. And we just start to circle the upper body. The eyes can be open or closed, whatever you prefer. You might be sitting on a bit of support like I am. The forehead is softening. No tension in the mouth. Good. Now if your legs are crossed, you might change the cross of the legs, and then we start to circle in the opposite direction. And then we'll slowly come back to center. So you can keep your legs in a diamond shape. You might be sitting cross-legged. And we'll just work with a little lateral stretch. So arms out to the side. And as we breathe in, just raising the arms to shoulder height. And then as we exhale, we'll tip over to the left side. And as we breathe in, the arms float back to shoulder height and then over to the right side. Good. Inhale. Being aware of the relationship you have with the sides of the body. How do the sides of the body feel this morning? Does one side feel a little bit more open than the other? So just being curious about the sides of the body. We don't often stretch in our day-to-day lives the sides of the body. Good. Let's do one more to each side. And then we're going to work with a twist. So we bring the arms back to center and we're twisting to the left. So you might be sitting cross-legged. Some of you might even like to just stretch the legs out now like this. Head moves last as we turn to look over that left shoulder. Some of you might wrap that left arm around the back, reaching towards your right thigh. We're trying not to, if the left hand is on the floor behind you, we're trying not to lean back into that hand. So we're trying to keep the spine as upright as possible. Again, the crown of the head reaching up towards the heavens as we feel the support of Mother Earth beneath us. And breathing. Good, and then we'll inhale the arms back to shoulder height and twist to the right. Head moves last. Perhaps a gentle smile on the face, the lips, so there's no tension in the mouth. Tuck the chin in a little bit so the back of the neck is long. And breathing. And gently come back to center. Let's change our position now and come into extended child pose. Perhaps clearing things off your mat. Any issues with the knees, feel free to grab a blanket or something to pop under your knees. So the knees are wide, big toes touching, arms extending forward. So let's just take a moment to be aware of the mat beneath us and our relationship with our mat. So this is our mat is part of our sacred space that we create for ourselves. So this relationship is important, an important part of our practice, and it requires great respect and care. You might, with your mat, sort of have a thing where you don't let anyone else use your mat, or especially not walk on it with shoes. Mat needs our love. Good. Now let's find our breath here. The relationship we have with our breath. So focusing now on each inhalation, each exhalation, being curious about your breath this morning. Noticing if it's easier to inhale or exhale this morning. Noticing if one is a bit longer than the other. Is the inhale a bit longer or the exhalation? There's no right or wrong. Just being curious about your breath this morning. Where is the breath moving in the body? Where can you feel the breath, or can you feel the breath inside of you? Are there any little spaces with the breath after the inhale or after the exhale? Good, and then just slowly come up. You slide your fingers back towards you. And we'll just do a little bit of a stretch for our ankle. See how you go with this. Might be quite painful, so just go as gently as you need to. Just going to be on our knees, and then we leaning back, and then we come forward. So coming back, you may not be able to go back far at all. Some of you might be able to lift right up like this and then forward. Or just stay here if that's enough. We'll just do this a few more times. Some of you might like to hold this, and if you are holding, keep the chest lifted, shoulders back, and breathe. Good, and when you've had enough, come onto the hands and see the knees of the tap. I like to circle the ankles around a few times. Any problems with the wrist this morning, you might make fists with the hands. Good. And then let's come back into extended child. And on the next inhalation, we'll come up into cat. Rounding the back and sinking back into child. So connecting with your breath here. Long, smooth inhalation. And long, smooth exhalation. Go at your own pace. A gentle smile on your lips. How is your back, your spine feeling this morning? How is the front of the body feeling? So we can also explore the relationship between the front of the body and the back of the body. Working together, supporting each other. So the connection between the front body and the back body. Let's work with 2 or 3 more. And you can either have a little rest or on the next inhale, we're going to come up, tuck the toes and move into down face dog pose. Now, if the legs are feeling quite tight this morning, you might like to bend one leg and then the other. Just do what feels good. Again, if there's issues with the wrists, you might have fists. Otherwise, the fingers are spread wide. We're breathing. You might like to have a bit of a diagonal stretch. So bend one leg. Hold that for a few breaths and then swap sides. You can come down at any point, especially if you've got some congestion in the head at the moment or any sort of colds, sinus stuff going on. Otherwise, just let the head hang. Right. Make a few movements with your neck and the head. Might like to blow the breath out through the mouth. And if you're still there or if you want to come up again, we're going to swivel the feet one way. So again, coming back to stretching the side of the body. Breathe into that side that's been opened up. And then swivel the feet the other way. Breathe into that side of the body. Back to center, and then we'll slowly come down. This time you might make fist with the hands and rest your forehead on your fists. And come up. Just give the hands a little bit of a shake. We'll do a stretch for the wrist. So just bring the elbows into the sideways. Hold one forearm. Make a little bird's beak. And then we just circle. And traverse. And then the other side. So make a little bird's beak. Circle. And other way. Good. And release. All right. Let's come back onto all fours and going to have a go at working with gait. So another stretch for the sides of the body. And we're also going to add a variation of tiger, so a bit of a balance with this as well. So it's a flowing sequence. Feel free to watch the first one, modify it as you need to. Okay, so spine's in a neutral position. Let's exhale all breath. And then as we inhale, we're going to turn to the left. So we straighten the left leg and we raise the left arm up. You can look forward, or if it's okay for the neck and you feel steady enough, you can look up towards that left thumb. As we exhale, we come back to all fours. Then, as we inhale, we raise the left arm forward and the right leg back. So this is our tiger balance. And exhale down. You can take catch-up breaths if you need to. And then we're turning to the right side. So straightening the right leg, raise the right arm up. Exhale. Come back to all fours. Inhale, right arm forward, left leg back. And exhale. So that's one sequence. Let's do two more of these. Inhale to the left. Raise the left arm up, left leg straight. Exhale. Inhale, left arm forward, right leg back. And breathing in to the right. If you feel wobbly, just look down or look forward. Breathing out. Right arm forward, left leg back. And last one without my voice. When you finish, come back into your favourite version of child and take a little rest. Find your breath, aware of each inhalation, each exhalation. Now coming up into down face dog pose once again, or you might prefer to do a few more rounds of a gentle cat or just stay as you are. Or those of you who'd like something a little bit stronger, we'll have a go at dolphin. So doing the other versions, or you can come along with me and I'll do dolphin. So we interlace the fingers, the elbows are shoulder width apart, we tuck the toes, and then we lift up. So we're up onto our tiptoes, breathing, staying here as long as you like. When you've had enough, you know what to do. Just lower the knees, keep the head low, and take a rest. All right. Do one more little flowing sequence, and then we're going to come up and do a few standing poses. It's a little, it's quite strong, this one. So if you don't want that this morning, if you're not feeling 100% or feeling a bit stiff, feel free to do your own thing for the next couple of minutes, or just come back to working with child into cat, perhaps dog, back into cat and child. So do that gentler flowing sequence, or just stand child pose. All right, so otherwise you can come along with me. We're going to be working with dolphin, bit of a back bend, and lifting the knees. Okay, some of you will remember this, just haven't done it for quite a while. Okay, so we start in a kneeling position. You might be up here, if this is better for you. Shoulders soft. So again, we've got the earth beneath us, the heavens above, lengthening the crown of the top, the head upwards. Exhale all breath. Breathing in. Breathing out as we come down and bring our arms into that tripod position. We tuck the toes. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower. Now we take the hands back behind us, and as we inhale, we may not lift very far, but we may be able to lift up. It's like a variation of camel. Exhale, lower. Interlace the fingers, breathe in, and come onto the crown of the head, lifting the arms up and over. Return the hands to the back, coming back down, hands alongside the knees, and then we see if we can lift the knees. Okay, so just two more of these. Breathing in, breathing out. So make our tripod, tuck the toes, inhale. Lowering down, hands come back behind us, and we inhale. Be careful of the neck, and lower, interlacing the fingers. Breathe in, coming onto the crown of the head. Return the hands to the back, sit back down, hands alongside our knees, and lift the knees. Last one. Tuck the toes, and lowering down. Hands come back behind us. Lower. Inhale. Turn the hands to the back. Slowly come up. Knees. And down. So just take a breath or two there. And release. Okay. Let's come up to stand. Just some gentle standing poses. So first of all, we're coming into Tadasana, mountain pose, feet hip distance apart. I'd like to just rock back and forth a few times, heel to toe. Good. Bring the hands into Namaskar Mudra. Feeling that relationship, that connection between left and right. Perhaps press a little more firmly than you normally would, but just soften the shoulders. Lengthening up through the crown of the head, again, as though there's that invisible cord lifting you up. Sides of the mouth lifted slightly as you feel your connection with Mother Earth. Now find your breath. Each inhale, each exhale. So we become aware of the conversation between ourselves and the pose, our breath and the pose, our mind and the pose. And then just slowly release the arms down. And as we breathe in, we're going to take the arms up above the head, bringing the fingertips to touch, perhaps a little pause. And as we exhale, slowly lowering the arms down. So long, smooth inhalation. And long, smooth exhalation. Now you might like to add a Sanskrit mantra to this movement. As we breathe in, we hear the sound Sa. Sometimes called the breath mantra. And as we exhale, we hear the sound Hum. Inhaling the sound Sa. Exhaling the sound Hum. If you'd like to challenge yourself a little bit, you can come up onto your tiptoes as you inhale the sound Sa, and then lowering the heels, hearing the sound Hum. This is good for strengthening our ankles, improving our balance. Let's do 3 more, just go at your own pace. Last one. When you finish, just take a resting breath. Then we're going to go straight into a beautiful lung, heart, chest, shoulder opener. Little bend in the legs. As we breathe in through the nose, the arms come up in front. And as we exhale, we blow the breath out through the mouth. So in through the nose and out through the mouth. At your own pace. Just finish the one you're on and work with one more. And then release. You might like to just shake the shoulders a little bit, shake the arms. And then we're going to come into the ragdoll. So standing nice and tall, deep breath in. And as we exhale, we're slowly, slowly going to come forward. Make sure you're not holding the breath. Let the arms flop forward. Make sure your toes aren't scrunched up, clenching the earth. Let the toes be long and relaxed. Allowing gravity to pull you down. Legs can be bent or straight. When you get to your maximum, you might just like to sway a little bit from side to side. Just do what feels good. Again, you might blow the breath out through the mouth. And then we slowly come up. When you're standing back in Tadasana, perhaps again visualizing that invisible cord, lengthening the crown of the head up towards the heavens as the shoulders drop down, feeling Mother Earth beneath you. And we'll come into that once again. So when you're ready, deep breath in. And slowly just take a resting breath when you're back into Tadasana. And to release in your own time, no rush if you're still coming up. All right, one more standing pose. It's another forward bend. It's a little bit more challenging, so I'll invite you, if you'd like to grab a chair for this one or a tabletop. Don't, if you want to, it's Parsvottanasana. So we'll have the left foot forward, the right leg is behind. Our hips are square, facing forward. And we're going to be coming forward. So this is where some of you might like to just come to here and hold. And we're trying to keep our hips square. So often this one will come sort of over. We're lopsided. So just we can work on lengthening the spine. Those of you who want to go a bit deeper, we come forward, down. You might bring your fingertips. Sometimes we can have a block on the mat or fingertips are onto the floor, but still working to keep those hips square. And breathing. So it can be quite a strong stretch, or we can just work very gently. This is really nice too. If you're here, just be conscious of keeping the ears between your arms. And then finding our breath, connecting with our breath. Good, and then we'll slowly and carefully come up. You might bend that front knee. Shake it out. And then we'll do the other side. So our hips are square. Deep breath in. And then coming forward. So either to the chair or fingertips on the mat. Squaring off your hips. Breathe. And carefully come up. Shake it out. And we're going to come back down to sit. You might grab a cushion to sit on. Legs crossed, and might be out in front. Let's work with a few rounds of that beautiful waterfall breath once again. So when you're feeling ready, you'll take your awareness to the base of the spine. And on the inhalation, visualize the breath, your awareness flowing up the spine, the back of the neck, back of the head to the crown top. And as you exhale, the water flows over the front of your face. When you blow the breath out through the mouth, water cascading down around you. So let's do 3 or 4 more of these. And gently release. So I thought we might have a go at Navasana. The boat pose. The gentlest way to work with this is to, so the legs are stretched out, to hold on to your arms underneath the legs and to try to pull yourself as close to the legs as you can. So we're hoping the spine will be as straight as not sort of this happening if we can help it. And then we might see if we can just lean back. You might just lift up one leg and then try the other one. Some of you might be able to lift both. Those of you who are able to hold the sides of the legs, we're just doing this once. You can hold onto your legs or hands can be free, palms facing each other. Gazing towards your big toes. Soft face, relaxed mouth. When you've had enough, just lower your feet back down, have a little rest forward. And then make your way down to the floor. Feet stepped up close to the buttocks. So again, feeling the support of Mother Earth beneath you. And then the sky, the space, the heavens above, all around you. And your relationship between the two, the back of the body, the front of the body. Have a little rest. Going to work with bridge now, Setu Bandhasana. So feet are hip width apart, a little bit pigeon-toed. Check that your head, neck and spine are in a straight line. Your palms pressing down alongside your hips and the chin tucking towards the chest. So press the back of the body down into the mat as you inhale and slowly lift up. You might not come to your maximum. And on the exhalation, rolling back down, vertebra by vertebra. So the slower we work with this, the more powerful it is. Inhaling as we lift. Exhaling as we lower. In your own time, with your own breath. You might continue working in this way, or some of you might like to hold bridge the next time you lift up. And if you are holding, you might like to bend the arms so your fingers are pointing up towards the sky, the palms are facing each other, inner knees squeezing towards each other. See if you can relax your buttock muscles. Notice how that changes things a bit. Keep the breath flowing. When you've had enough, just gently lower down, draw the knees in, cross your legs at the ankles, and making some little circles on the floor with your lower back. And circling the other way. Come back to center, and we'll work with a final twist before we do sit for a few minutes. So have the feet down on the mat for the gentlest option. Those of you who want to work stronger, you can have your feet in the air, arms out to shoulder height, palms up or down. Just play around with that, see what feels best for your shoulders. And then we'll breathe in and lower the knees over to one side. Head may turn the opposite way if that's okay for your neck. Breathe yourself back to center and knees to the opposite side. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Just work with one more to each side. And then come back to center. Bring the knees in and let's rock from side to side. So if you've had enough and you need to just stay lying down, please feel free to do that. Otherwise, we're going to come to sit for 5 minutes and work, come back to that Sanskrit mantra, Sahum, and work with that. So just choosing whether you want to stay reclined and grab any support you need. If you're feeling a little bit cool, you might grab a blanket. If you've got glasses on, you might like to pop those to one side. Otherwise, coming to sit, you might sit on a chair, on a bolster or a cushion, so that the spine can be nice and tall and upright, shoulders softening down. So again, we've got that two-way relationship between earth beneath us and the heavens above. Also being aware of the front of the body, the back of the body, and their relationship, the sides of the body. Perhaps a gentle smile on the lips as we close the eyes or have a soft downward glance. And just bringing the attention now to the breath at the tip of the nostrils. So very soft, gentle breath as it flows in through both nostrils and flows out. So just hold your attention at the tip of the nostrils as the breath flows in, breath flows out. And if you'd like to, we'll add the mantra Sahum to the breath. So as we breathe in, we hear the sound Sa. And as we breathe out, the sound Om. Sometimes said that we are born with this mantra. It can be described as the original mantra, or as I mentioned, the breath mantra, the sound the breath makes. And another interpretation of this mantra is that it means I am that, beyond the limitations of mind and body, at one with the absolute. Hearing the sound Sa. Hearing the sound Hum. Notice if you get distracted and the mind wanders off. And without berating yourself, just gently guide the awareness back to the breath at the tip of the nostrils. Hearing sa, hearing hum. Gently releasing the practice. And if you're sitting, just take your time now to come to lie down for Shavasana. Ensure that you are cozy and warm. As you breathe in, you might say to yourselves, I have arrived. I am home. I have arrived. I am home. And if you're still feeling as though you're carrying some weight, some worries, some tension, you might breathe in through the nose and exhale through pursed lips. Just do this a few times. Just feeling the weight of your whole body now settling into the back of the body and feeling the back of the body expand effortlessly into the earth beneath you. Letting go, letting go, letting go. At the same time, feel the front of the body expanding into the air around you, the space around you. So letting the boundaries of your body melt. So the lines that separate you and the world around you blur and become less distinct. Feel the infinite connection you have right now to the world around you. Breathe. And then becoming thoroughly familiar with what it feels like to be open, relaxed, undefended, and still. Now, in this peaceful space, you might like to reflect on the question, what relationship might I like to explore or connect with or be curious about for the rest of this week? So it might be something within yourself, body and breath, mind and breath, feelings and body, or it might be a relationship with something outside of yourself, with a tree, the sky, the earth, a person or animal. What relationship might I like to explore or connect with or be curious about for the rest of this week? While you're resting, I'd like to share with you one of my favourite poems. Some of you will have heard this before. It's by James Houston, and it's called One. We come together for a breath of time as one people in one world. We live amongst strangers whose souls we've known forever. We are one with the earth, the sky, the trees, the light. We are one with each other. One day we will leave this place, but still be here in memories, thoughts, and the changes we make. We must come together and realize every one of us can make a difference. One heart can touch so many. One love can go so far. One common goal, one people, one world, one love, one day. So very gently now start to deepen the breath as you very slowly start to bring yourself back into your physical body, aware of the breath. You might like to rub your tips of the fingers together, the thumb just pressing over the tips of the other fingers, perhaps wriggle your toes, have a little bit of a stretch, do what feels good. And then roll over to one side, and without any sense of rushing, make your way up to sit. We'll close our practice this morning with one Om. So if you'd like to join with me, just have your arms out to the side. Exhale all breath. And as we breathe in, raising the arms above the head, bringing the palms together, we'll chant the hands down. Bowing your hands towards your heart. Just thanking yourself for making the effort to be here this morning, to honor yourself. Lifting the head up. Just bowing the head down again as we honor each other in our circle. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. So good to really enjoyed that this morning. I hope you did too. It's good to be back. Lots of love to you all, and hope to see you again next Tuesday, if not before. Let me know how you're doing. I always love hearing from you. Lots of love. Bye.